Hi everyone, how are you doing? I hope that you all are doing fine. Today our chapter will be sentence fragments and run-on. So first you have to log in using the aplusstudent.com. You click on your name and you move on to language at the grade 5. So we will complete two lessons, which is it a complete sentence or fragment? Is it a complete sentence or run-on? Hi to you all on the chat. I hope that you guys are okay today. All right, so we will start now. All right, so a sentence is a group of words that forms a complete thought. So you have to take notes. Complete thoughts. It has both a subject and a verb. So a sentence forms a complete thought and it always has a subject and the verb. All right. So my friends walk along the path. My friends here would be the subject, and walk here would be the verb. Okay. Now, a sentence fragment is a group of words that does not express a complete thought. So it does not. You have to take note of this. Express a complete thought. It is usually missing a subject or the verb. You know that the complete sentence has a subject and a verb, but then the sentence fragments will be missing either a subject or the verb. Okay, so knows the answer. Now look at this sentence. It says knows the answer. Who knows the answer? We have no idea. It is missing words, a subject, because we do not know who knows the answer. Then we have the bright red car. This is a sentence fragment because it is missing the verb. It has the complete subject, but we do not know what the verb is because it just says the bright red car. So, what happened to the bright red car? We have no idea. Okay, so let's look at some examples. Okay, so which is a complete sentence? The furnace hits the apartment. So, the furnace hits the apartment is a complete sentence because it has also the subject and the verb. Okay, so which is a complete sentence? Pollution sometimes makes the sky gray. Now this is a complete sub sentence because it has the subject and the verb. All right, so which is a complete sentence here? Those beads are pretty. So you just have to note that the complete sentence will have a subject and a verb, while the fragments will be missing either a subject or verb. So which is a sentence fragment? The snail under the bridge, the pioneers in the wagons. So which is the sentence fragment here? So you can share your answers with me. So we have the sail under the bridge is the sentence fragment. Okay. So which is a complete sentence? Tucker will marry Anne on Sunday, the inventor of the electric car. So which is the complete sentence here? Okay, so we have the first one as the complete sentence. Alright, so which is a sentence fragment? Katie's favorite doll has red hair, a city by the river. So what's the sentence fragment? So city by the river or Katie's dog has red hair. Okay, so a city by the river. So which is a sentence fragment? Ima speaks four languages, completes communicates well with everyone. So what's the sentence fragment here? So communicates well with everyone is a sentence fragment because it's missing a subject. Now, which is a sentence fragment drives a long distance we found India on a map. So what's the sentence fragments? Okay, so we have drives a long distance because we have no idea who's driving the long distance. Okay, so it's the complete sentence. Our supply of resources, the ocean current is strong. So what's the complete sentence here? So the ocean current is strong. Okay. Hmm. So which is the sentence fragment? Knows the alphabet and some numbers. Palm tree grow in tropical climate. What's the sentence fragment here? Okay, so option one. knows the alphabet and some numbers. We do not know who knows that, so it is the option one. Okay, so we have complete sentence. Those beads are pretty, drives a long distance. What's the complete sentence here? So those beads are pretty. Okay. So which is a sentence fragment? The sail under the bridge lives in an earthquake zone. Which one is the sentence fragment? So lives in an earthquake zone. Okay. All right. So which is a complete sentence? The pioneers in the wagon. The furnace hits the apartment. Okay. So we have the furnace hit the apartment, which is the complete sentence. Okay, so which is the sentence fragments? Speaks several language role. Alana's favorite doll has red hair. What is that? Okay, so several speak several language room. All right, so we'll move on to the next lesson, which is it a complete sentence or run on? Okay, so we already know that a sentence forms a complete thought and it has a subject and a verb, just like my friends walk along the path. Now, the run on sentence is made up of two sentences that are joined without end punctuation or with just a. I knocked on the door, it opened. It started raining, we ran inside. Now, to fix a run on sentence, you have to separate it into two sentences. Then you add end punctuation after the first sentence and capitalize the second. So you have to take note that the run on is two sentences joined together without an end punctuation or with just a comma. So if you're fixing it, you say I knocked on the door, one sentence, and you start a new sentence. It started raining, we ran inside. Alright, so you can fix a run on sentence by rewriting it as a compound sentence also. A compound sentence is two sentences joined by a comma and a conjunction, such as and. So and but also. Alright, so I knocked on the door and it opened. It's there raining, so we ran inside. So you have two ways to fix the run-on sentence. You can either make it a compound sentence using a conjunction, or you can separate it and add a period between two sentences and start the other one as a new sentence. Okay, so let's go to some exercise. So, which is a complete sentence? In the tale, the magic wand broke the spell. Now, which is a complete sentence here? In the early 1900s, the city developed quickly. Also, complete sentence representative from four countries talked about the treaty. So, we'll move on to the test, and you can share your answers with me. Okay. Which is a run on sentence that between those two cities is 70 miles. The voyage began in Spain. It ended in Mexico. So, what is the run on? Okay, so the run-on is the second. So which is a run-on? The tired child lies down. It's nap time. My family moved here 2 years ago. So what is the run-on? Okay, so we have the first one. So, which is a complete sentence? Tomorrow we will shop, we will buy groceries. Representatives from four countries talked about the treaty. Okay, so representatives from four countries walked about the treaty, talked about the treaty. Okay, so which is a run-on sentence? The joke was funny, the children liked it. The woman trims Mary's long black hair. Alright, so the run-on is the first one. So which is a run-on? For Karen's birthday, we will make a special dinner. Garrett works for the newspaper. He writes about sports. So what's the run-on sentence? Okay. So, first one is the run-on. So, which is a complete sentence. You will get a good education at this school. Tana makes a salad. He adds tomatoes and onions. So, you will get a good education at this school. So, what's the run-on sentence? Air and water pollution are serious worldwide problems. The spider weaves a web. It traps inside insects, which is the run-on. Okay, so run-on. The spider weaves a web. It traps insects. Okay. So, which is a run-on sentence? My pet cat cleans his whiskers after each meal. I mopped the floor. Mom washed all the dishes. So the second. All right, so we have the way warriors return home, they needed to rest. Sight is one of the five senses. What's the run-on sentence? Okay, so the first one. All right, so we have the distance between those cities is 76 miles. The editor reads the story, she corrects any error. What's the run-on sentence? Okay, so we have the second. All right, so before we finish, do you have any question? If you haven't done this lesson, you have to make sure you complete it later on. Any questions before we end or not? All right, so since we have no questions, we'll end now. I hope that you all have a good night and see you all next time. Bye.